Everyone thinks they know him. The warm smiles on billboards all over the world, the sweet voice playing on the radio, the energetic body on stage. All of them make up the perfect image of Jungkook. But behind the curtain of luxury and fame, there is a pressure that is never seen. There was a weight that kept pressing on her every breath. And at one point, something in him exploded. It was not a big explosion that the world witnessed firsthand, but a silent explosion, one that was far more deadly as the world prepares to welcome him back from his mandatory military service. With comeback plans already being leaked piecemeal by entertainment industry executives, Jungkook makes a decision that not only twists his route, but shatters his own career path. He refused all contracts. It closes the door on promotion. He even turned down calls from his own label. One internal source who did not want to be named, in a trembling, barely whispering voice on the other end of the phone, said, "We were all shocked. All plans are in place. The songs are prepared. International collaborations are already scheduled." But he turned it down for no reason we could accept. Suddenly, the rumors surfaced. Some say Jungkook is experiencing post-military mental disorders. He wants to be out of the entertainment world forever. But not a few believe that this is a form of silent protest, a resistance to the system that has imprisoned him in fame. He's tired. Very tired. The sentence came from someone who was once very close to him, a former personal manager who is now no longer under the auspices of HYBE. He recounted how Jungkook, over the years, had barely been given the space to say no. He goes through life like a machine. Rehearsals, recordings, concerts, interviews, rework. Your body and soul are no longer on the same frequency. A lot of people see him on stage, smiling, laughing. But after that, he got in the car, sat in the corner, silent for hours. "Sometimes I cry without a voice. Sometimes I don't talk at all," said the former manager in a bitter tone. But emotional reasons are not the only ones that come up in conversation. Because there is something much darker, deeper, more jarring. An internal issue that has been closely hidden by the agency and those around it. And it all started with one name, Bang Si-hyuk. Silent clash behind the scenes. The relationship between Jungkook and Bang Si-hyuk used to be so harmonious. They're like father and son. But the bigger the name of BTS, the more complex the power dynamics are created. Jungkook, who was once known as the Golden Magne, became a favorite face of the international media. It is hailed as the future of K-pop, and that was the beginning of the conflict that had been hushed up. Bang Si-hyuk is said to be starting to put unreasonable pressure, from the hectic schedule to demands for Jungkook to take on more international solo projects. Not because he cared about his career development, but because he knew Jungkook's name could bring in unimaginable amounts of money. For the industry, Jungkook is not human. It is an asset. And when Jungkook begins to question everything, begins to reject project after project, their relationship deteriorates. An insider from HYBE even revealed that there was a big fight between Jungkook and Bang Si-hyuk a few months before his enlistment. A meeting that was tightly closed from the public, but imprinted in the atmosphere of HYBE's headquarters. He broke the table. The first time I saw Jungkook so angry. Usually he is very calm, but that day she screamed, "I'm not your product," said a staff member who claimed to have witnessed firsthand. That phrase, "I am not your product," became a time bomb that is now beginning to explode. Because Jungkook's latest decision, which surprisingly turned down all comeback offers and chose to temporarily step away from the entertainment world, was not an impulsive one. It's a form of resistance. And for most K-pop idols, resistance means one thing: self-destruction. Fans split. Industry panic. The news of this decision instantly spread to all corners of the world. Jungkook hiatus? Jungkook to make a comeback? It's a global trending topic. The fan base is divided. There are those who support his decision completely, believing that he needs time to heal himself. But few feel betrayed. He already has everything. Then why suddenly refuse all? "We've been waiting for years," a Filipino soldier wrote on Twitter. "If he stops now, what about all the promises of comeback? We've bought tickets, merchandise, everything, complained the Brazilian fan base that, on the other hand, South Korean music industry executives began to panic. Jungkook is not just a star, it is an economist. He brought in billions of won. He became the diplomatic face of Korea in the eyes of the world. Even the government is quietly paying attention. One entertainment analyst said his decision could shake up K-pop's financial structure, especially if it inspires other idols to fight the system. He could destroy more than just his career, a senior producer who had worked with him said. If he continues like this, it's not just his career that's ruined. His good name can also be sacrificed. Labels can twist public opinion. They have the power to turn Jungkook from a hero into a rebel. Those words are not empty threats. The Korean entertainment industry is notoriously cruel to those who deviate from the narrative. If Jungkook doesn't come back soon, doesn't submit to the system, there's a chance the label will start spreading narratives that could damage his image. There are already signs. Several news outlets started discussing about Jungkook's unprofessional behavior and absence on HYBE's official agenda. A character assassination scenario may be being devised. The harsh reality must be swallowed up not just by the fans, but by the entire industry that has been utilizing Jungkook as the main engine of their profits. No more time to pretend. No more temporary rest. This is a declaration. It is a separation of paths that could even divide the Korean entertainment world from the inside, as Jungkook's name continues to be the subject of global conversation. One sentence from HYBE's inside source rings true and creates a chill in the nape of anyone reading it. What makes someone so in love with art, with music on a grand stage and the cheers of thousands of fans, finally willing to close that door without looking back? The answer may not be found in schedules or contracts or management, but in wounds that have been lingering, unheard of, and never acknowledged. Some time ago, a fan who claimed to have managed to capture a screenshot of the idol's private chat room on one of the Korean platforms leaked something that immediately caused a stir. In the conversation, which is said to have taken place between several active idols and those on hiatus, a person strongly suspected to be Jungkook wrote, "They will never really see us as human beings. When we are tired, we're called ungrateful. When we want to quit, we are accused of treason. I've had enough." That sentence set off a storm. Although the sender's identity was never officially confirmed, the language and manner of delivery convinced many. It was Jungkook's real voice, not from his mouth, but from the bottom of his heart. In several old interviews, Jungkook once mentioned that the most peaceful place for him was his childhood home in Busan.